for what you see right here is the first 24 hours of sales for the likes of all of these skins, and to my surprise, they're not selling ridiculously. Compared to the likes of previous weeks, it's not too bad. So, I don't expect all of these to be selling that much. Neon Vibes Double Door, for example, that's only doing 7,600 subscribers, so that's going to probably be maybe about 15 to 18,000 subscribers by next Thursday, probably. You know, you could match up to some of these other skins and get a clear idea, potentially. I mean, that did 6,500, and Ellie ended up with about 13,000 subscribers by the end, so yeah, we'll see. But that MK Ultra as well, that's been going up in price, apparently. Looking at the state of that, it says $4 there. I go over to here, I see it's on the front page. Someone keeps buying them out. Someone keeps walking in, buying these out, and making it appear to be a lot more valuable than what it actually is. So, of course, this was an abnormal skin from the previous week, and what do we see here? Most of the buy orders, the big, strong buy orders, basically end at $1. But then we see all these extra buy orders that have appeared, and it's slowly building up, all the way up to about $3. But what's actually happened is, as I show liquidity and show the lifetime of sales, initially, it was just going down. It's kind of comfortably sitting around just under $3, but then someone jumps in and buys 95 of them. So now it's kind of boosting up higher and higher and higher, and now it thinks it's worth around $6. There you go. I think another one just got bought there. Wait, who bought it? Oh, come on, tell me. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so someone keeps buying these out, trying to make this appear to be a lot more valuable than what it actually is. So keep an eye on the likes of this skin. And kind of talking about that, I have to kind of bring up the Neon Dragon Garage Door again. I know I made like a follow-up video maybe a good few weeks back, and initially we thought this was probably being manipulated. But something very weird has happened to this, and you might notice based on the fact that it's now sitting there at $300. Yeah, that happened. $300. What? So, get a good look at this. So for a fairly long period of time, this was sitting at around between $150 to $200. That's where it was comfortable at for a good month or two. But over the past like 3 weeks, randomly, it goes all the way up to $300, and it's stuck. So if I just quickly go back over to my Twitter, if I actually just go over to here, I actually like point this out. Oh, no, here it is. Yep. Yeah, about a week ago, quite literally, I sit here and say, so, Neon Dragon Garage Door? Yeah, that's selling at $300 now. And it got quite the reaction from quite a lot of people. It was pretty funny. So, what's going on? I don't fully understand what's going on here. How did something like this end up being worth that much? And again, you're going to sit there and say, but Hedge, it was because of the copyright situation. I'm fully well aware of the copyright situation. I have a video talking about that. Yeah, I'm sure you understand that by now. But that doesn't mean it's that rare. Like, that's not even the rarest Garage Door skin. Yes, I know it was only available for about an hour. Understood. But we still saw at least 1,000 to 2,000 sales happen. That we know of. And let me tell you, the rarest Garage Doors only have like a good few hundred skins in circulation at best. It's not even the rarest, and yet for some strange reason sits there at $300. And this is the behaviour I really wanted to highlight. So as you can see, its lifetime sales here. Initially, when it first became marketable, it dips down, and then it actually trends upwards. And since then, it kind of stagnated for a good month, 2 months almost. And yet, only recently does it start to really ride up a fair bit. Goes up another $100 over the course of 2 weeks. Why? I honestly have no clear idea. Now, if I show liquidity, there we are. Liquidity is the blue line. Liquidity is the amount that's sold. So, of course, when it first became marketable, 110 of these sold, apparently. Not too surprising, because there's a lot of talk about that back in February. And gradually over time, you only really see like 2 to 5 sales a day. That's all we ever saw. But as I look over to here, during the lead up to this slow rise in price, I don't see anyone really buying them out. It's just slowly risen up. So I don't think any funny business happened with the likes of this. Plus, I also set this up a little bit earlier. Looking at all of here, we already know about Aspect Dev. I talked about this before in a previous video. They actually popped in and said hello to me like the very next day on my stream. They're a real person. They just bought them because they wanted to. I don't know if that's a good enough answer, but there you go. So yeah, let's just quickly remind everybody, this came out during the likes of Lunar New Year 2024, the Year of the Dragon, but the image that you see here, that was all... Oh, sorry, I'll talk about that a little bit more if you want. But this right here, the image was taken from like a third-party site where you had to pay to use the image rights and whatnot, which apparently the skin creator did not do. He says he did in a different website, which was apparently free with Creative Commons or something, but no, it wasn't. And Facepunch not wanting to potentially deal with any unfortunate copyright situations or silly stuff, they just outright just removed it from the Rust store. Although a whole bunch of people had already bought it by then. So, yeah, we only have so many of these in circulation, but as I said, it's not even the rarest garage door, and now it sits here as the most expensive garage door. So if I just quickly show you all of this, garage doors that exist, we can now confirm 100% that this is in fact the most expensive garage door now, by quite a big margin. And if I were to just quickly show you by subscribers, as a good example, as we look over to here, there's still all of these other garage doors that have even less, alright? So it's not even the rarest garage door, one of the rarer, but not the rarest. Does it really deserve to be sitting there at $300? Are people buying this because they actually want to use it? I don't think so. I think something's going on there. I feel like the only people who bought it treated it as an investment. How much higher could this technically go? And will it potentially crash pretty hard? Like, oh, not you. Here we are. How high do you reckon it'll probably go? Any comments? Nobody is selling them after buying them. Well, I mean, if we look over to here, yeah, we are seeing slowly, little by little, every day, it seems like less and less of these are being bought every day. Now, maybe they've all been bought and nobody wants to sell them anymore. And maybe the only reason why it rose up in price was because there's just hardly any listings. If people aren't like putting these down, like they're not actually listing them on the Steam market, gradually, if only one sell a day, it's going to eventually go up, I guess. But do you honestly think that'll go even higher? Do you reckon that'll go up to $500? As we know, I've discussed this quite a lot. As we steer towards the likes of the summer, we're going to be getting quite a lot of interested people wanting to jump in and play Rust. What with this interesting Kingdoms event taking place in about 8 days' time now. Next Saturday, we are apparently going to have a Twitch event, which I'm pretty sure is going to have these free skins, for example, as Twitch drops. And I accidentally showed this as well. We're also having on the horizon another Bellum event, and apparently we're going to get sequels to these generic drops. We're going to have a double door of that sheet metal door and a large box version of that box there, so transparent large box and glow-in-the-dark double door potentially for Bellum 2. So we're having an English-speaking Rust Kingdoms event taking place in 8 days' time, and in another month's time we're also having Bellum 2, so that's going to be the Spanish-speaking event with all the Spanish skins, Twitch drops and whatnot. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on that's going to probably be building up interest in Rust all over again, and as I said, that normally leads to the likes of Rust skins going up in demand, up in price. Will that rise up any more, and will that potentially peak? Because I worry for this during the likes of the autumn fall seasonal dip, September, October, November, less people play the game, lower prices, and that's where we tend to see real bad price crashes for many skins. Last year's autumn fall seasonal dip was awful. So many skins really badly suffered. So if you happen to own one of these, feel free to comment, you know. Yeah, this is going to be a video now. It should be a video. Here we go. Here's the time and date. So it's the 17th of May. It's almost 11 o'clock. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Aspect, feel free to explain further why you own 19 of these and what you plan to do with them, because apparently it looks like that was a pretty good investment if that was to be the case. It's gone up $100, and you own 19 of them. So who is German Grandpa? Who is Test? Who is not Terry? Well, he's not Terry. I thought it was Terry, but it wasn't Terry. And then you got like Potato and all that. I think there are more people out there that have even more, but they just made sure that they're not being noticed by SCMM. You can make sure you don't get seen by it. You just have to say, I don't want to be seen, and it won't look at you, won't look at your inventory, or just go private. That's easier. Anyway, Mr. Metatron thinks it's going to go up to $750. I hope not. I sold mine. I sold it just before it dipped. So if I go back over to here, I sold mine like around here. Yeah, I sold mine like around here, and then it dipped further. And as I said, at one point it was down to around $100, but then it just dramatically kept going up. I thought it was going to dip down to about $50 at one point. It really did look like that was going to be the case. But yeah, I don't fully understand the behaviour that's been going on here, but it certainly is interesting to keep track with it. So again, everyone, what are your thoughts? How do you think this has happened? And where do you think this is going to end up at? It's only becoming more and more expensive. Oh, you don't think people are playing with this in the likes of third-party sites and gambling sites, do you? I wouldn't recommend that. Don't do it. But maybe it is, you know. Certain skins did become very, very valuable because that happened. You know, look at Big Grin, for example. What's the jacket again? Fire jacket, that's it, yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. Well, another bit of history. Something goofy happens and then becomes very expensive. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm just annoyed I sold it. I mean, I could have bought it again, but I thought it was going to go lower. Oh well. I'm not molding. I'm not